What could make you happier on Cinco de Mayo than sheet pan nachos and a tremendous margarita? Nothing. What more could you need, seriously? A couple friends over, crack a couple cervezas, make the margaritas. Oh my God, they're so good. Make the sheet pan nachos.
Strong though.
Strong? What's strong?
Warning about
the margaritas. Yes, we'll get to that, but I do believe one good drink is better than 2 or 3 weak-ass shitty ones. I mean, this is a good margarita. Let me just put it like this. We had a party here a while back, and a couple came, lovely couple. 15, 20 minutes later, I only saw him. I couldn't find her. I go, where's your better half? He goes, I had to send her home in an Uber. I go, she's not feeling well? He goes, nope, your margaritas. I go, I tell everybody they're strong. He goes, well, I tried to tell her. She had 2, and now she's done. So I'm just warning you. But they're very, very good. Okay, we're gonna start with some ground beef on the flat top, and then it's all, you know what we say, downhill from there.
Isn't downhill bad?
Isn't downhill bad? It could be bad, but it also could be quick. Fastest way off a mountain is downhill. Or helicopter, I guess. I don't, let's just cook. Okay, so we begin with a little oil in our pan.
STCG cast iron pan.
Yes, Sam the cooking guy cast iron pan. And we'll go roughly 1.5 pounds of 80/20 ground beef. You know, one of the things I hate about nachos when there's ground beef in them is when there's not enough ground beef in them. So this right now just needs to cook. That should be pretty obvious. Don't mess with it too much. We want to get a little color on one side before we start to flip it. Let's see how we're doing. And before we do anything else, we're going to make sure that we get most of the pink out of this. A little bit's fine. You don't have to go crazy, but... And beside me, you will notice I'm warming some refried beans. Look, we've made them many times. I don't think you need to see it happen again right here. In fact, most recently, we made them when we made those tremendous tostadas that you really should make. Boys, give our folks a quick look at those gorgeous tostadas. If you want a tostada, put your hand up, because that's what we're making. You have no choice, but it's okay, because they're gonna be fucking amazing. And so I'm just warming up the beans so when I add them to the beef, they blend in nicely and they don't bring the temperature down of everything. In fact, they're probably fine right now, and carry on with the ground beef. When the beef is now void of any pink, I mean, a tiny bit's okay, but. Now let's season, shall we? And we're going to use garlic powder, cumin, of course, the usual suspects, you know this is all coming, chili powder.
Oh, you mean because you always use the same spices every single time?
Not every single time, but yes, quite often I do. And I like it, and leave me alone, and it's my work and kiss my ass. Ah, it's smelling tremendous. It's good, right? Yes, of course, salt and pepper. You knew that was coming. Always, always, always. Let me just give it a quick taste and see where we're at with seasoning. It's good. I think it needs a little more chili powder, which is all I had in that container. So that's the perfect amount. And now here's a trick that I've learned. I'm now going to take some refried beans and add them to this. When I would make nachos before, I would do sort of a layer of refrieds and a layer of beef. But I saw somebody mix them together, and now I will mix them together because this will make life a lot easier. And just to help it along and make it not too dry, I'm gonna add a little beef broth, maybe 1/2 cup. This is gonna be tremendous. It's gonna thicken up a bit from here, but this is gonna make the application on the sheet pan oh so simple. All right, this is ready. This is fast, guys. This is a pretty fast thing to do. I say we start to build these guys up. Let's go. We begin with tortilla chips. Then use what you like. This is gonna end up being basically 2 bags. I got a bunch of busted ones. I hate busted ones. That's okay, we're gonna be fine. And now, this part, this oh so delicious part. And that's why you needed a decent amount of beef to start with, because you want a decent amount of beef on this. So you're gonna layer half of the beef bean mixture all over. And if you don't get it exactly half on the bottom, don't worry, because there's always the top. It all works itself out in the end. All right, this is great. This makes me so damn happy. Now cheese. This is shredded cheddar. We have 3 different cheeses coming in on this guy. One will be just big, beautiful handfuls of this cheddar first. Gorgeous. Next up, diced pickled jalapenos, which I love the extra tang that the pickled nature of them delivers. And the same thing, half here, we'll go half on the top. And what's cool about them when you buy them canned, there's like onion and carrot in here as well. You can see the color. It's great. Okay. I'm a fan of black beans. Of course, I love refried beans, but black beans too are, I think, just magic. And the color change in here is beautiful. Look how nice this is. Gosh. Okay. Next, another layer of chips. I don't think it needs to be quite as high, but you do want like a nice pile. These are party nachos, kids. Party frickin' nachos. And then we repeat. This time I have a combo of cheddar, Monterey Jack. All over, all over, all over. And now let's go with the rest of our beef. Look, folks, the order is kind of up to you. What works for you, works for you. If you don't like what I'm doing, man, just make it your own.
I like what you're doing.
Here's what the goal is. Thank you, Max. Chance, do you like what I'm doing?
I love it.
Wish you would have said it without having to be prompted. Let me say this again, ladies and gentlemen. Chance is not my son. I adore him like a son. He's a good kid. Let me take that back. He's an amazing kid.
Sam.
Wouldn't be the same here without him, would it?
No.
But he's not my son. And I know my favorite expression is, you know, I ask these guys, right, boys? And they go, right. And I mean boys as they're both boys, as opposed to my own personal boys.
And he's saying that because people are asking.
Yeah, people ask all the time. I love your boys. I go, well, only one is mine. Okay, here we go. We got this. Let's come back with more of our jalapenos. Black beans. Holy crap, sticks. That's like a mountain nachos. Almost last but not least is Cheese Whiz. Right out of the jar into the microwave.
Blessed be the fruit.
May the Lord open. All right, one more cheese. Just a little crumbly cotija to make this pretty as a frickin' picture. Okay, so that's it. They're done, they're loaded, they're ready. My oven's at 4 1/4. They're going in for about 15, 20 minutes. And when I come back, we're making a quick guac and a marg. Yeah. Yeah. Avocados. We've done this before. Little knife, start at the top, cut down to the pit, and then literally just follow the pit around until it opens up and you've got two sides. Beautiful. So this guy's actually like super ripe and ready to go. So just in the little bowl. This is like a 2-second. Look, I'm not really trying to make guacamole. I'm just trying to make like a enhanced avo nonsense for the top. I think we're going to be fine with one. Lose the spoon, get a fork, start to mix. Beautiful. Okay, a couple things. A little bit of salt and pepper, tiny bit of cumin. Just it's the flavor that's already in the thing. It's just gonna be fine. And then I've got a lime here that we'll cut. And try about half. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's it, son. That's it. Look, there's so much flavor in all the other stuff that this does not have to be over the top. But I made it a little watery. Now I need more avocado. I hate myself sometimes. In, and we mash. Okay. This chunky nonsense is gonna be outstanding. Come on, now a quick marg, and we're eating. All right, our margarita starts like this. I like a shaker. And in the shaker, of course, goes some ice. You don't need too much, but you definitely need enough to get it pretty cold. Nice. Now our ingredients. Tequila. 2 parts tequila, 1001. 1002 1/2. We're not using margarita mix, we're using sweet and sour, and despite the name sweet, it's less sweet than margarita mix. We'll do 1001 1/2. It gets half as much sweet and sour as you gave it tequila. We give it a splash of Grand Marnier for some gorgeousness. And now the part that I really like is we're gonna do this. We're gonna squeeze in about 1/4 of a lime, like this. And save a little piece for after, like that. And some orange, and here's the orange I bought. Get ready for some fun, because this is not a regular orange, this is a blood orange. Aren't those fantastic looking?
Wow.
Fantastic. So about the same here. The freshness of this citrus is really what makes this. Goes there, cut a little piece. Don't think I'm missing anything. The lid goes on. That one too. And we shake. And we pour. The lid comes off. I'm not a salt on the rim guy, so I'm not gonna do that. But what I am gonna do is take a nice glass, put some ice in, decent amount, and now this gorgeous concoction pours in. That's what the blood orange does. Wow. And now these little pieces that we cut, we squeeze and we drop in. Look at that.
Wow. That blood orange is nuts.
It's nuts, right? And the lime. And that, ladies and gentlemen, trust me, you want this. You want this. You want this. You want this. Here's the problem that woman had, or men have had. It's so smooth, it's not like drinking. And by the way, I'm using a good Reposado, but this is your best friend. But your other best friend, stay there, or the Grande Nachismos, or whatever we're calling this, nonsense. It is nonsense.
Oh my God.
I'm only giving it 2 things. Well, 3, sort of. First, just a little tomato, just a bit, because I love it. I think it has a place here. Next, a big scoop of our gorgeous avocado nonsense. And what would it be without a little scattered green? And in this case, of course, it's our beloved cilantro. And that, ladies and gentlemen, those are some frickin' nachos. Well, let's just have a look, shall we? I would say there's got to be something here for everyone. Unless, of course, you hate food. But if you hate food, you're probably not watching. So let's get something happening here, shall we? I love the way the cotija, the crumbly one that I added last, started to do its thing and melt in. Come here, look at this. Here's what you want to do. Oh my. It's warm. It's gooey. It's pretty much everything you could ever ask for. Maybe with a little avo. Wait, I'm having trouble. There we go. Now there's a bite. Come on, everybody. Let's have this. And by everybody, I guess I mean me. Pickled jalapenos. The cheese whiz. The layers. I just dropped some refried beans in my margarita. It can't hurt, can it? It's not like I really give a shit. There's a whole lot of love going on here. This. I don't mean loving me, I mean loving what's coming into me. This is... You know, I was thinking, what else could you serve with this? But here's the answer. What else do you need to serve with it? Because the answer is pretty much nothing. And whatever you've got left the next day, microwave it. There's enough beans and cheese and beef in this that you could warm up a tortilla, warm this stuff up, cram it all inside and make a burrito. Or mix it in with eggs for some crazy Mexican nacho breakfast hash. Oh shit, that's an excellent idea. Well, for another day. Adios. And happy Cinco de Mayo.